It worked. Hello, Must Players. Welcome. I'm Julian. This is Fish.
Hello.
This is Must Play. Mark again is missing, but don't you worry. We're going to treat this as like an Uber delivery, I feel. We're going to keep track of Mark's movements. I'm going to keep you updated on where he is throughout the evening. See if he makes it on time.
He could arrive. We don't know. That's the mystery.
That's the mystery.
The Mark mystery.
This is Must Play, where we talk all things video games, films, technology, anything we want to talk about. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. How are you, Fish?
I'm pretty good, man. We've got a big show. We're talking about a new Sonic. As you can see, there's a lot of Sonic stuff.
We did know
that
this Sonic thing was around already, but yes it is technically new.
It's newish, but we'll get into that later. Netflix news, Disney stuff. But first up,
we've got a guest. We've got a guest on the line. Vasily Veripatis. He is Team Immunity's captain. Team Immunity is a PUBG team. He's most recently competed in the Red Bull Fight or Flight Championships, and his team won, which is awesome.
So good.
They're taking better than I did.
Yeah, you got a lot further than you.
Vasily, you there?
Yeah, hey guys. Thanks for having me on the show.
Hey, man.
Thank you so much for joining us. I don't know if you realise, but we did compete at PAX together.
You guys were there. Were you in the same team as us? Or?
I was there. I wasn't in your team.
Okay.
But I
Did he shoot you?
You could have killed me. I don't know. We didn't have our proper ID, so I don't know. You may have killed me. It's highly likely because you are one of the best, which is great. So congratulations on your win.
Yeah,
you must feel pretty happy about it.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, we're actually we're really happy. So we went down to the event. We came first place, obviously, which had a couple of perks to come along with it. So we won a nice cash prize. We get all the teammates get flown over to LA to go watch the PGC, so the PUBG Global Championship. Just really happy. It's going to be my first time over there, so I'm really excited to go over and support the other Aussie teams that they're playing as well. So
that event is huge on its own. I mean, it's been flooding PUBG, the game itself. So that must be awesome.
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely.
And how are the rest of the guys feeling?
Everyone's really excited. Yeah, we head over on the 21st, I believe. We're going over there, and we're staying for just over a week. So we'll be going to land in Oakland. I think we're going to Oakland is where the main event is. So we'll be able to see San Francisco, and I wanted to check out Yosemite National Park and some other places around the place. So
you got to do it. You got to. Hey, man, how long have you been competing in esports, and how has it changed since you started playing?
So I've been competing for probably around a year and a half. I think I started playing the game 2 years ago when it started. About a year and a half playing competitively. I've been travelled around the world for different things, like the PUBG Nations Cup, which is like the World Cup event for Australia. I've been to Sweden, Thailand, and a lot of domestic events as well. And definitely can't complain. But in the short time I've been doing it for, but the scene's definitely changed a lot in the past 2 years. I didn't really know too much when I started actually about the scene, apart from Dota 2, the big TI event. Have you guys heard of that one?
I know of Dota 2. I'm not too sure of that event, but
so that's like the multi-million-dollar tournament, so $20 million plus, and they've had massive prizes from for a while, and they've usually been the leader. But actually, recently we've had a lot of other games which have been exploding in the scene. So PUBG, we've had a couple of events. PGC is a multi-million-dollar event. Fortnite's been blowing up as well with the Fortnite World Cup was another multi-million event. So definitely a lot of stuff happening at the moment, which is really good to see.
Man, living the dream though, getting to travel to play video games.
While playing video games.
Right?
Am I right?
And making money doing it. Far out.
Yeah,
that's always good.
Well,
it's not the best money in the world, but yeah, it's definitely a really good experience, and I'm loving it a lot. So
that's awesome, man. What do you think it takes to play at your level?
There's probably a couple of different factors that come into it. Probably your mechanical skill, like how well you aim, how good your character movement is. That's probably what you determine as mechanical skill. Game knowledge, so how your map knowledge, strategies, rotations, pushing and stuff like that also would be a factor in it. And time investment, how much time you put into it.
Yeah.
We play usually 8 hours a day, so normal gameplay, which is the matchmaking. If you're just playing normally, that's the one you'll do. We have scrims, which are competitive practice, and we also play our competitions on the side of that. So there's a lot of different avenues where we get our practice in. And teamwork is probably a big thing as well. Being able to work in a team effectively is probably one of the most underrated skills, I feel.
Yeah, totally. And I feel like that's why I suck at these games, because I don't put the time in. I get in, I get shot, and then I get out because I'm so demoralized.
I've been playing PUBG quite a bit this week. Haven't improved one bit.
Haven't improved. So you can play 8 hours a day, man.
No improvements. I better get up my 8 hours.
Yeah, there's a rookie numbers, man. We're going to pump those numbers up.
So, do you have any tips for anyone thinking about taking on this sort of thing at your level a bit more competitively?
Like Jules.
I'm not.
Yeah. Well, this is directed at you, maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe it's you. But yeah, like just I guess there's a couple of things you can do just to improve your gameplay. If you're new to the game, I feel like a lot of players. It's actually what I did at the start too, which is like grab a gun, hide in the corner of a house, and wait for something to happen or something to unfold in front of you. But I could probably advise against that and say, you should hot drop. Go in there. Every death is a lesson, as we always say. Like, try work out what went wrong, try and improve for next time, trial and error. Just get yourself out there as much as you can. Use things like training mode and stuff like that. There's certain things you can do inside the game to help you increase your like aim potential, I guess. So use the guns you like and try the guns you're not comfortable with to try and get a bit better at those. And maybe just watch some competitive games online as well. And just see what the pros do and try and mimic it and see how you go.
Find your enemy's weaknesses.
Yeah.
What are your weaknesses?
My weaknesses? Look, I've got a couple of strengths, a couple of weaknesses. But,
you don't have to list it. I was just pulling you.
We just want to know how we could beat you if we came across.
Just sneak up on me, mate. That'd be fine. Throw it in the grass. Snakes always get you at the end, so it might be a slow strategy, but it tends to reap the rewards.
Vasily, thank you so much for your time tonight. Have an awesome time in the US with the rest of Team Immunity. Congratulations, and hopefully we can talk to you again soon.
Will do. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks,
dude.
All the best.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
All right, well, moving on.
Can't say that's going to be one thing for me. Playing PUBG competitively, Meso and I were playing the other night, and I reckon I was interrupted. Like, Dust had gone out, so it was me. The girls were asleep, right? I reckon I had to get up 4 times to Daddy. There's no chance I'm going to be competing competitively anytime soon.
Yeah, 8 hours a day, man. Isn't that crazy? Like, I can barely do anything.
They get 8 hours sleep, but
maybe 8 hours of PUBG. That's
a bit of trade-off.
That's where you can make some cash potentially. Big news over at Netflix, man.
Well, they're trying to take on Disney. So Disney Plus isn't here in Australia yet. It's out in the US.
I've seen all these people who've seen The Mandalorian and they're posting up.
One of my mates was texting me last night.
Look at a VPN. Look at me. No, I'm waiting. We're going to do it. We'll do it properly.
We still have to wait a few more days to see The Mandalorion.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping there's going to be 2 episodes out, but
because
there might be another week's delay for the next episode.
We'll whinge about that next week.
Paul, imagine being in the UK though.
Yeah.
You got to wait till March. There's going to be some serious piracy issues in the UK for people wanting to watch The Mandalorian. But Netflix. Back to Netflix.
They're teaming up with Nickelodeon in an attempt to take on, I'm assuming, all like that Disney Channel stuff that we'll be seeing on Disney+.
I don't feel Nickelodeon has the same weight, but this is a $200 million deal.
It's huge
between Netflix and Nickelodeon.
Man, I feel like every Netflix deal is a $200 million deal.
It's just their throwaway figure.
200 mil here, there, 200 mil there.
You get a 200 mil.
They still obviously have like the biggest subscriber base because they've had the head start.
Yeah, as of October, 158.3 million paying subscribers to Netflix.
You know what? That's a lot, but I thought it'd be more.
That is a lot.
Like, in the world. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of people who double up on their accounts. But that's, huge. And Disney Plus has, 10 million subscribers in their
in the first 24 hours, they had 10 million subscribers. And that's not including Australia. That's not including...
That's all US.
Well, yeah.
Really?
And Netherlands and...
Oh, Netherlands got it first. Netherlands.
So
they've seen The Mandalorian before us. Anyway. Well,
I've been avoiding Mandalorian reviews as well.
Yeah, same. I'm really...
Gosh, don't
It's hard.
spoil anything. No one in the comments.
But I still think this is really cool because, like, for one, I grew up with Nicktoons.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's involved, but, you know, Netflix did have that thing with Rocko's Modern Life and Invader Zim.
Yeah.
They had little specials of those, and they were fantastic. I really liked them. So I'm assuming that this is an extension of that deal.
But this is also things like SpongeBob SquarePants.
Which is massive.
And there
I
are...
thought they were finished, though. I thought SpongeBob was done.
Well, this is going to be a new show.
Okay.
And it's seemingly going to be based around Squidward, and it's going to be music themed.
Well,
That's all we know, and that
is-
report was from the New York Times, so...
Squidward.
I don't know how...
hours later.
I don't know how I feel
Great
about
show.
that.
Look, if they can give us something, I'm sure it'll be great. Like, SpongeBob was always fun, and like I said, what they did with Rocko's Modern Life was ace. It sounds like we might get some Ninja Turtle stuff on there as well, because Nickelodeon owns Ninja Turtles.
You'd be game for that.
I'm very. Actually, the new Ninja Turtles show, Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
There's a new Ninja Turtle
There's a
show.
new one, man, and they all look weird. They look different. I hated on it to start with because, like, Raphael looks like a gorilla, and he's my favorite. But I watched it, and it is hilarious. It's so good. I totally recommend it. And if that's going to be on there,
Hey Arnold, was that...
that was a Nicktoon.
I watched a lot of Hey
Doug,
Arnold.
Rugrats,
Oh, yeah.
Angry Beavers, Are Real Monsters. Man, like, that is a stellar lineup.
There's a lot of potential there from Nickelodeon. $200 million deal.
Look, if they're getting, like, the backlog, like, you know, Disney Plus has the backlog of X-Men and all the Disney shows and Simpsons, and then we have all our Nicktoons on there. Man,
It's almost a
I'm really
reason
happy.
to hang on to Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah, no one's getting rid of Netflix.
I'm not getting rid of Netflix. Seriously.
Everything else will go before Netflix. People will have Netflix and Disney Plus. That's going to be the staple, and then you go from there.
Yeah, I'd be a bit scared if I was Stan at the moment.
Yeah, I went on Stan the other day. They've only got like a handful of Disney titles left. It used to be like a whole thing, and I feel really sad for them. But they still got good movies. They've got all the James Bond movies.
Anyway, is there a Nickelodeon show that you used to watch? Maybe let us know in the comments, and you might see it pop up on Netflix soon.
Yeah, there you go.
Which will be crazy.
I'd love to go back and watch all Rugrats. Far out, that was a great show.
But just quickly on Disney Plus, there was a free 7-day trial when people signed up for Disney Plus in the US. So I'm kind of hoping that the same thing happens here.
Yeah,
be nice.
One free week. One
free week.
of watching
Every
The Mandalorian.
week counts.
Well, I'm going to put this on.
Oh, it's time?
It's a Sonic, you know, not that... Hold on. Have I got it around the right way? There we go. You can see him. Santo hooked me up with this. This is a great beanie. Because there's not enough Sonic stuff going on now.
There is a
desk
cap
right
here,
now.
if you couldn't
There's a
tell.
cap. I was going to switch to that later, but it's all the way over there.
You just let me know.
Sonic,
Pass it over.
that train wreck of a trailer that we saw for the Sonic live-action film came out, a couple of months ago.
Redemption!
Oh, man, it looked horrible. They listened. The fans hated it. They listened, and now we have a redesign.
We do. Do you want to see it?
I do. Put it up.
There we go.
It is so much better. Look at them side to side. It's terrible. What were they thinking?
Jeff, the one on the left is the old one.
I was about to ask.
Is that the one you like?
No.
Okay, good man, good man. Because this is what he should look like, right?
Wait, I'll bring that up full screen.
His eyes are connected here. They haven't connected them, but it's close enough. And I feel like he's cartoon enough, but still looks real world enough that he can interact with real people, right?
Yeah, no, he looks pretty good.
And in fact, the trailer looks a lot better. Like the movie, I was pretty keen for the movie.
It
anyway.
is a lot more. It's a lot more Sonic.
Yeah, definitely. It looks fun. He's like the other one. They tried to play off some comedy and stuff, and I'm wondering if they actually changed stuff in the film as well, or if it was just like a trailer thing.
I don't know. I'm still kind of suspicious that this was one big marketing ploy.
I do too. I think it's the greatest marketing ploy ever because everyone
They got this out pretty quick.
Yeah, man. And because everyone, like, think about it. They're the first people, like the first Hollywood production to listen to the fans. Like, they got released, nobody liked it, everybody was like, they're trashing on it. And now there's redemption, and among, like, especially all my friends, everyone's being like, It's so good that they listen to the fans. So they already
Did
have...
they, though?
You know?
Conspiracy theorists unite.
There's only positive. You can only go up.
We ran a
So
poll.
we did a poll, yeah.
Yeah, we did a poll on our Facebook page this week. Let me just bring up the latest results. I basically asked the question, what do you prefer, the old look or the new one? And there are no surprises here. Hold on.
Was it 100% for the new look?
93% for the new look and 7% for the old look.
What?
But
Who
I
voted
think there
that
was a
over?
few trolls.
A troll in the dungeon, perhaps?
So out of 55 of you, 93% are happy with the redesign. So good on you, Sonic. Well done for redeeming yourself there.
And I mean, like, Jim Carrey's playing Dr. Robotnik, so it's all good. It's looking great. I'm really happy. When does it come out? Is it March?
Yeah,
now?
well-
It got knocked back, didn't it?
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like it has. This kind of feels like the
it-
relaunch.
Yeah, right. Because I think it was supposed to be November.
Yeah, it was meant to
now
be
it
this
was supposed
year,
to be
yeah.
coming out. So, you know, I will wait to see the right Sonic. I'm very
And
happy
I
about
can
it.
imagine you're pretty keen to do so.
Yeah.
Rebecca Jade's comments.
Well,
Hit us.
speaking of comments,
Well, it's comments time. What do we got?
Let's
What's
read out some
Rebecca
comments.
Jade said? That cheeky
what did
girl.
you say? The old look is so trash, and so is whoever voted for the old one. Should I check and see who voted for the old one? Well, Callan's trash.
Callan, he's a troll though. He's doing that as a troll. What a troller. So we've got a lot of people talking about the Nickelodeon stuff on Netflix. Sean Heckenberg is keen for a new TMNT series. Yes, Rise of the TMNT. Go check it out, Sean. Amy Louise is keen to see Rocket Power on.
and the Thornberrys. I forgot
Yeah.
about the Thornberrys.
Did you ever watch Rocket Power? That was the one where they all skateboarded and it was like really cool and hip.
Yeah, I never watched it, but I know the one
You
you're
were too
talking
cool
about.
for it. You were too cool to be
Matt
hip.
says hi. Hey, Matt.
Oh, hey, Matt.
And Beck says no surprises there, Callan. Gosh,
Classic Callan. What a troll. Anyway, moving on. There has been an announcement regarding the new Batman film starring Mr. Twilight himself, Robert Pattinson. Which
I'm pretty keen on this.
I'm
This
very-
sounds like a really good casting.
Dude, this casting is stellar. Matthew McConaughey is going to play Harvey Dent, aka
Two-Face.
Two-Face. What a fantastic casting. He
That's-
looks like Two-Face already.
Well, that man can forever change the way he looks, put on a few pounds, take a few away.
He
so,
can, man.
Matthew McConaughey, I am all for that.
Yeah,
So.
I think it's going to be good. Like Aaron Eckhart in the Dark Knight series was really good as well, and I think this guy is just on the same level. So I'm interested to see where they go with it. I'm actually really interested to see what kind of a Batman film we're going to get here. I feel like we've told the Batman story over and over.
Yeah, do you reckon they're going to go down the dark path?
Yes.
I feel like that's the way that cinema seems to go these days. If it's not dark and realistic, it's...
Yeah. Although saying that, that's what the Dark Knight trilogy was. Like, it's kind of... I really don't know. I don't know. Well,
The new
I think they
Joker
will.
film was pretty dark. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
imagine them
yeah.
making it more like a comic, unless they went down like the dark path of like Sin City or
Well, you know, saying that, I think I brought it up on another podcast. Frank Miller, who wrote Sin City, pretty sure he wrote a comic called Batman Year One, and it's all about Batman starting out, which I know was Batman Begins, but that comic is one of the best Batman stories of all time. So,
Okay.
and I think Robert Pattinson could play a really good young Batman. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
I'd be all for it.
I'd be keen for that. There was, I don't know when they announced this, but it somehow slipped through. But Zoe Kravitz is also playing.
Lenny Kravitz's daughter.
There you go.
I learned that.
Lenny Kravitz.
Thank you, Fish.
You're welcome. She's a fantastic actress. I know her from Mad Max Fury Road, really great movie. But she's playing Catwoman.
Cool.
And,
So Catwoman's going to be in this film, and so is Two-Face.
Yeah, I feel like they'll probably do the Harvey Dent thing, and at the end of the film, he'll become Two-Face, and then in the
sequel.
which I'm sure will happen. Yeah.
In Phase 1.
Yeah. But big news, yeah. I get more and more excited for this movie every time.
Yeah, well,
I hear something new.
Do we actually know when it's coming out?
2021.
Okay, so it's only another year and a half away.
Yeah, so they're probably already starting it. I don't know.
Well, they've casted everyone, so
Yeah.
that's great. Fish, just quickly, you've been playing Death Stranding this week.
I have.
I want to know. I want to know what you
I
think.
have.
You took one for the team because none of us seem to have time to play a game of this magnitude.
No, well, I haven't played enough. I don't think I can really get too hardcore of a it's more of a first look review, if anything. But yeah, all you guys were like, "Nah, we don't want to play that. It looks
I just
trash."
can't put in the time. I like, especially the week before Fallen Order comes out. Speaking of, I'm going to pick it up at midnight.
Are you?
Yeah,
Oh man, where are you picking up from?
probably Chadston EB Games.
Oh man, I'm gonna go get it first thing in the morning. I looked at doing the download, but it was like 110.
Yeah, and
bucks.
I didn't want to risk playing it on my laptop. Oh, sorry, you mean download it on the PlayStation?
Yeah, on the PlayStation. Yeah,
pay an extra $40 or whatever.
It was crazy. Yeah, JB's got it so much cheaper.
Anyway, sorry.
Yes,
Death
tomorrow.
Stranding.
That comes out tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But Death Stranding, you guys were not keen, and I was like, I feel like one of us has to play it. So I've been playing it this week, leading up to Fallen Order, which then I'll promptly discard to play Fallen Order. But from what I've found, it's a Kojima game. Hideo Kojima, that's the big name with it. He's the gaming developer, right?
Just quickly on him. Do you know this week he entered the Guinness Book of World Records
Doing what?
for being the was it the game maker? I don't know his actual title. With the most social media followers.
Makes sense.
And he got a Guinness World Record for it.
I feel like he's the only one that I actually know. Like I know him by name ever since he made Metal Gear Solid, which is one of my all-time favorite games. I played a lot of that. I played a lot of the second one. I played a lot of Silent Hill, and I was really keen for his new Silent Hill that got discarded when he left Konami. Which there was the playable teaser called PT. It was terrifying. But so this is what has born out of PT's demise, I guess, was Death Stranding. And true to form, it's basically a movie that you run between cutscenes. So you're playing a courier,
But in a good way?
yeah, look, it's cool. Like, I've probably played about 5 hours of it. I reckon I've probably played an hour. Maybe,
Okay.
like maybe exaggerating a little bit, but like it's a lot of cutscenes and stuff. But the story and the world and the science fiction aspect of it is so rich that it has me. Like, because I was all like, it might not be, I don't know, whatever. And the next minute I'd sat there for 3 hours playing it. I was like, oh man. And it's actually been perfect because, you know, as we've just had a baby, like Beck can sit there and we can be feeding Kit, or like, you know, he'll be sleeping, and it's kind of like we're watching a movie together. So it's sort of like a little thing that we do together now.
Yeah. Well, then do what you can.
Yeah, trying. But I will say I haven't got farther enough along to know enough about the gameplay. Like, I haven't fought anything. There are these things out there called BTs, which are basically ghosts that you can only see with this crazy crying baby.
With your crying baby.
Yeah, and that's creepy. Like, it's really effective and really moody when you're doing that. But I find that basically what you're doing is you're trying to connect the world again, because the world's gone to crap, and you're going and to like the next town and making a connection between the two towns. And I've got maybe 3 or 4 into that.
Yeah.
And I find that every time you get to a new one, something else is coming in, and they don't give you enough information at the start. They just throw all this stuff at you, and you're like, what are they actually talking about? But it's so well written that it's intriguing and makes you want to keep playing.
Okay, well that's interesting, because I know that there was a whole lot of, I wouldn't call it controversy, but before this game even came out, everyone was just like, what even is this game about?
I still don't know.
Okay.
But that
was going to be my next question. Do you know what the game is about?
No, I don't at all. But that's kind of the mystery of it. I think that's what works for it. But as you were saying, you don't really have the time right now. You need the time to be able to sit down and put into this. Like I said, if I didn't have a good 3-hour stint to start the game, I probably would have put it down, because I've been like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I'm not playing. What's going on? But if you have the time, it feels like it could
I'll
be
put it
a
on the
really
list. Maybe in a few years.
when it's on PS Plus for free. But so far, I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Like, it's a good play so
All
far.
right. Do you think if you committed a bit more time to it, that rating would go up, or do you feel like it's 3 as is?
Like, I really don't know, because my brother Adam has played. he said he's played about 12 hours of it, and he said it's the most boring game that he can't stop playing.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's a good or like boring sounds bad, but I don't know. It might get worse.
Okay. Well, hopefully we can get another review from you when you've played a bit more. If you play a bit more.
Probably not gonna, because Fallen Order comes out tomorrow. Which we do want to ask. What will? Well, obviously we're both picking up Star Wars. You're picking it up.
I am. I'm going to go pick it up tonight. But just quickly, I got an update from Mark Santomartino.
Oh yes, where is he?
He is on his way. So just as we finish our show tonight, Michael...
He's going to pull in right at the end, potentially.
Oh, I wonder, because we haven't eaten and it's his week.
He better be bringing food. It is his week and he's late. That seems a little bit sus. I don't think he had anything on.
Yeah, I think Meso was smart being sick at home.
Pokemon comes out tomorrow as well, which is really...
It's kind of under Fallen Order shadow, in my opinion.
In my opinion, too. But in, like, a lot of people, like, a new Pokemon title is, like, the bee's knees, right?
And it's been getting some awesome reviews.
Has it?
Yeah. They reckon that this Pokemon is better than the last one. Mm-hmm. And when I say they, a few different reviewers. But, I don't know. I'm not going to get it straight away, but it might be something to consider down the track.
It's definitely going to be a Christmas thing for me. I've put it on my Christmas list.
From Santa?
So everybody out there, if you wants to buy me Christmas presents, because I'm going to be going all Star Wars, man. Like and until Rise of the Skywalker comes out, it's all Star Wars from now on.
I'm so keen for that.
I know. Check out our new poster, by the way.
Thank you, Disney.
Thank you, Disney.
Official movie poster.
Lucasfilm.
It's so good. And yeah, Fallen Order comes out tomorrow. I'm going to go and pick it up. In a few hours.
A couple of hours.
It's going to be a long night. But it's going to be all worth it because I've been waiting for this game for such a long time. There's been a comic book series to coincide with the release.
Oh, really?
It hasn't completely come out yet, but there's 4 issues out now. I've only read 3 of them. But it's a prequel to the game.
That's cool. I love
that. And it's all about... because the main character in Fallen Order, Cal, he's a Padawan. It's his journey to become a Jedi. That's basically what they're saying this game is about. And it's basically the woman who trains Cal in this game. It's her journey from when she was a Padawan. So you kind of get a bit more backstory. And I think in the comic it also goes to a few new locations that will be explored in the game as well.
That's
so awesome. I'm really keen to see them.
That sort of stuff just G's you up, and that's the thing I really love about Star Wars is all this extended universe stuff. Like, I always try to read the novels that come out around the new movies, so when this one comes out, I'm sure there's some stuff I haven't read yet. But then you're just so G'd up for that movie, and then and like the game, and you just really immerse yourself a little bit more because you feel like you've got like a leg up on everybody else because you're like, I know more about these characters.
I'm a really big Star Wars nerd. It's called Star Wars Fallen Order Dark Temple. If you wanted to pick it up, the Marvel have a comic book digital subscription service. It's like $10. And you could probably read it if you're thinking about picking up Fallen Order. You could probably read that ahead of the release. Just on your phone, really.
Yeah, I read all my comics on my phone now. It's really good, those digital comics.
Cool. I recommend.
Cool. Well, Jules, that's the end of the show, but
we got one more thing to talk about.
Oh, have I missed something?
Yeah, well, I just want to quickly talk about...
Oh, sorry, I skipped, yeah.
I was hoping Santa was going to be here for this one.
Yeah, this is more a Santo
But I agree with Matt Cockrell here where it says, he says, seems like Santo has dogged the boys.
We weren't going to say it, but I think he has.
Dogged us.
He's not.
No,
really
you haven't, Santa. We understand.
We're waiting for you, bro.
No, we don't understand. We're really, really mad. Jeff's crying. It's a bit depressing. Anyway, there's a new phone coming out which has really gained my attention. Remember the Motorola Razr, that really thin flip phone?
They were like the thing at the time. You were cool if you had a Razr.
Motorola Razr was the way to go. I had the MTV Motorola phone. Do you remember that? It was this little thing about this big. Screen was like, I don't know, an inch by an inch. It was tiny, but it had a camera on it. But it is not compared to anything like this, and I couldn't imagine anything like this back then. It's the Motorola Razr, but it has a foldable screen. So it's a flip phone. They're bringing back the flip phone in its original flip way.
Yeah.
But they've completely redesigned it into a foldable phone, which I feel like this is much more nicer to look at than the Samsung Fold. which
That's right, the Samsung Fold. Yeah, and that,
so
that was
Samsung
kind of
reviewed that device.
yeah. It folded long ways though, right?
Yeah, long.
Yeah.
It was almost like you're folding it like a
Yeah.
iPad,
and it was quite big from memory.
Yeah,
So
this
is
looks like the perfect way to use it. It's still
Yeah.
got a little screen on the front as well, so you don't have to unfold like
cool.
your device to. It doesn't look like that, but yeah, it's got two screens essentially.
Is it the same size as like an iPhone? Like, is that the idea? It's like
the
smaller.
screen dimensions did I write that down there? No. It's got a Snapdragon 710 processor, 6 gigabytes RAM, 128 gigabytes internal storage, 2,500 megaamps battery, 16 megapixel front facing camera, and a 5 megapixel internal camera.
Well, I just think having that phone. Imagine flipping. Like, that's pretty cool because this is just the right size for my pockets a lot of the time.
I'd probably get it.
Yeah, like that. This could be the start of a revolution.
So it's coming out in the US the day after Christmas, and it's $1,500 US. So it's about
that's gonna be big.
2,200 Australian, which is still $700 cheaper than the Samsung Fold. It is a smaller screen, so you can,
It's not. It's not an iPad,
and it's not
basically.
it's not as powerful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it looks great.
So interesting to see Motorola coming into the game. Have they
I think they've been around in other capacities, not specifically mobile phones, but they
Yeah.
do a lot of other technology, telecommunications technology, and I think they've got a heavy business focus as well.
right? Because their phone, they were one of the leaders in the. Remember, hello Moto.
Yeah, well, in the new ad that they put out for this phone, that starts the ad and goes, "Hello, Moto."
That's awesome.
So
good on them.
Yeah, Motorola, bringing it back. Other than Death Stranding, you watching or playing
Yeah,
anything
man.
else?
I have been. I talked a little bit about Apple Plus last week, which seems to just be getting buried under Disney Plus, unfortunately. But I've watched that Jason Momoa show, C.
Oh, see, I was really skeptical about that. I was
It's
like,
really good, man. Like,
Really?
really good.
Okay.
I'm completely addicted. There's only 4 episodes out yet, so they come out every Friday.
This
so
is like the Bird Box.
kind of. It's basically the future. Like something's happened and killed off most of the human population, but the ones that have lived are blind. And then a woman has just given birth to 2 twins that can see.
How do they know that they can see if they're blind?
Well, because they can read, and it's a whole thing. You need to watch the show. But I remember we were talking about that at the start, and it was like, that's really lame. Why? That's not going to work. But it does, and it is the prettiest show I've ever seen. It is so beautiful, like the way it is shot, and it is so crisp. I don't know if it's because I think what Apple is making up for in quantity, they're going with quality, right? So
Okay.
it's high end, stuff going on, and the technology they're obviously using to film this looks incredible. So
Okay.
yeah, a lot better than I thought. I was like, well, we'll check it out, because I'd watched all the For Mankind episodes that are out, which is the one that I really like. All 4 of them.
What's the 4-episode thing?
Yeah, well, they
When's the
release
next one
it.
come out, or is that kind of limited season?
No, it comes out every Friday.
Okay, so it's you.
So I
week
won't
4.
watch it tomorrow because I'll be playing Fallen
Well,
Order.
yeah, I'm not going to be
but
watching
I'll
anything
get
for a
to-
few weeks
No,
now.
no,
I
well,
presume I'm going to play this
sorry,
game a few
everyone.
times around.
Yeah, so I don't know. I recommend it. If you, like I said last week, I got it for free for a year, Apple TV Plus, by owning a Mac.
Yeah.
So if you buy any Apple stuff, I'd jump on it.
Okay.
Until Disney Plus comes out, and then it's all over.
Yeah, so you've only got a few more days to consider this before Disney Plus comes out.
What have you been doing?
On Monday night, I went and saw Ford vs Ferrari.
Oh, that
Which
looks so good.
I didn't really look too much into this, but it was such an awesome film.
Was it?
Yeah, it was
Good, I'm
really
so
good.
glad.
I think they did a really good job in terms of the racing aspect.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Christian Bale and Matt Damon in it.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. It was really, really good. It's a
glad.
true story. So, I mean, I didn't know the story personally, so I
I
won't
don't-
talk about it too much.
Yeah, yep.
But I think they were pretty spot on in terms of the story.
That's cool.
Well, it was one of those films where as soon as it finished, we got out of the cinema and we were like looking up. Did that really happen? Like, what do they look like? In comparison? It was really good in that aspect.
I love it when that's a good true story come to life when you actually want to know more about the true story.
Because in the credits in most of these films, they like put up.
They show the old photos.
Yeah,
and stuff.
but there was only like one photo that they had in the credits,
okay.
so I had to look up more.
Yeah,
but it was great because it was educational in a sense, and it kind of. I'd like to know how heavily Ford was involved in this film.
It's a very pro Ford.
It's mixed.
Yeah,
there's some moments which is like
right?
Ford is great, but then in the other moments like, fuck, Ford really?
Really?
Did you really do that?
Interesting. Because it really is hard because like it's Ford versus Ferrari, right? And it's all about a Ford getting built to beat a Ferrari. That's the story. Right?
Le Mans.
Yeah. So which way do you and like how do they dance without offending someone? But I guess if it's a true story, you kind of you can just stick to the facts.
Yeah. Anyway, it was good fun. I think it's out in cinemas now today.
What would you rate it?
Today, I'd probably give it a 3.5.
Oh, good score.
Yeah, 3.5. Good watch. It's long, but it's good to watch.
Yeah.
Entertaining.
They're doing a like a mums and bubs screening of that in a couple of weeks, and we've started taking Kit to those. We went to one the other day, where those are the screenings where they have all the moms and their prams and crying babies and stuff. So I felt like that one looks like a really good one to go see something like that. It feels like light and fun and
awesome.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go check it out in a couple of weeks.
Go see the Mums and Bubs session.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Wait, is it called Mums and Bubs? No dads.
Yeah, it's a bit sexist.
No dads.
Like I was the only. There was only 2 dads when I went the other week. We were like, bruh. But I think the one we go to, it's because it's at Hoyt's. I think it's called Prams at the Pix, so it's a little less.
Okay, Prams at the Pix.
Yeah.
Village cinemas do Mums and Bubs.
Yeah, I know there was one that does Mums and Bubs. And there's another one. I think.
Well, I think we're showing our dad.
There's no Santo here to stop us.
Guys, what are you doing? And I have been playing another game this week. It's called Slime Rancher. I knew nothing about this game. I just saw it pop up on Steam, and I don't know if I told you, but I found a $20 Steam voucher on the ground a few weeks ago.
No.
And I thought,
of course you did, of all people, like a gamer.
Like, yeah, as if this is going to work. And I was like, and then I loaded it up. I'm like, I got $20 to spend. And Steam had a bit of a sale on this week, as they always do. But Slime Rancher was there, and I'm like, what is this crap?
Yeah.
And I watched a video. I'm like, oh yeah. And then it said overwhelmingly positive for the reviews, and I started reading the reviews. I'm like, I got to get this game. I've put in about 6 hours in 2 days.
You've played more of that than I've played of Death Stranding.
I stayed up a bit too late last night.
Tell me, what is it? What is this
Slime
game?
Rancher, it's basically you. The story is that you are from Earth, but you go away to another planet. And you're asleep for the whole year, and you get onto this planet, and it's just there's little balls of slime just bouncing everywhere. And then as you explore the world, there's different types of slimes, and there's always all different slimes everywhere. And basically, you have a vacuum gun, and you suck up the slimes. You put them in pens. You feed them. They poop out these gems, which you sell to intergalactic. It is. I'm building a slime farm. I recommend it. It's
2019.
It's
I'm building a slime farm.
It's on sale. It's came out in August 2017, so it's not new by any means, but it's good fun.
That's what's good with those sales, though. You pick up things that you just never would have.
It's also one of those games where it's got lots of upgrades as well. Like you can upgrade your gun, you can get a jetpack. You just start flying over this planet. I mean, the planet is big, and I haven't explored too much of it just yet, and I'm only 6 hours in, but got to make all that space money.
That sounds fun, man. I need to check that out.
Oh yeah.
Well, we've rattled on long enough, and Santo's still not here, so I don't think he's coming.
Should I call him?
Yeah, let's call him. Get him on. Get him on the phone.
He's out of the club.
Yeah. You're in, Jeff.
I'll just call
on
him
the phone.
I'll put him on speakerphone.
Dog the boys.
Santa, we're live on Must Play. I just thought you'd like to say good night to everyone.
Hold on. He's into the car. See you, Marco. Thanks for a good night.
He's got other friends. Who are these people?
Hold on. I can't hear you. I got you on speaker. I'm all over the shop.
We've got you on speaker live I must play.
Xanto, we're just saying goodbye. The show's over. You've missed it.
You missed out, bro.
Well, I'm still coming.
All right, we'll have a beer when you get here.
We'll have a beer and we'll talk about how great the show was.
Really feel full on the Sonics and reimagining.
Well, we're very happy with the new development,
Yeah, I think most people are.
and our poll was very
Overwhelmingly.
interesting. No surprises.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry I missed you guys. Even though I was able to overcome the tyranny of distance in Darwin, I seemingly was not able to do that in my own city. So,
Well, why don't you say goodbye for us, Santo?
to say goodbye for you, no problem. Well, thank you again to everyone who tuned in. I'm sorry that I couldn't be there tonight. Of course, you can always catch up with us on the socials, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And of course, if you have anything you'd like us to talk out over the next couple of weeks, please drop us a line at mustplay.net.au. Thank you again for watching. Good night.
Thanks, Santo.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Hope you got that.
Say goodbye.
That was great. Good night, everybody.
All right, I'm rolling the outro. Where's the outro?
Oh, this is awkward.